Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Let me show you how to use Quick Notes with Safari. MACMOST is brought to you thanks to a great group of more than 1,000 supporters. Go to MACMOST.com/Patreon. There you can read more about the Patreon campaign, join us, and get exclusive content and course discounts. So Quick Notes are a great new feature of macOS Monterey that allow you to quickly create some notes. But a special side feature of that is that these Quick Notes can easily be tied to web pages in Safari. So every time you return to the same web page in Safari, the same Quick Note can be brought up. This allows you to take notes for a particular web page. Let's look at an example. I'm at the Google Trends page here in Safari. And this could be some sort of statistics page for your website or your business, or a page where there's data published and you're doing research on it. Now the idea is that every time we return to this page, the same Quick Note will appear at the bottom right hand corner so we can easily access the note associated with this web page. That sounds great, but the implementation is far from perfect. I find that this works sometimes. And particularly when you're creating a new one, it doesn't seem to work right away and takes a while for it to consistently appear in the bottom right hand corner. I find the best way to create one of these is to click on the Actions button right here and then select Add to Quick Note. You could do a variety of other things. For instance, you could have a hot corner set to create a new Quick Note when you go down to the bottom right corner, or you can use the keyboard shortcut FN or the globe key and Q to create a Quick Note. But I'm going to use this Add to Quick Note here, and this will create a new Quick Note in Notes. And you can see I didn't have one before. Now it says I have one Quick Note, and it adds the link to this note. So this is very important. The link must be in the Quick Note for this to work. So I'm going to actually type some text here and say Google Trends Note. So it has kind of a title. And there I'll add a note like that. Now I'm going to close this Quick Note. In fact, I'm going to quit Notes completely. And I'm going to return here to this page. Now, nothing's going to happen right away because we've been at this page for a while. But let's go somewhere else. And then let's return to that page. Now what should happen is at the bottom right hand corner you should see an indicator for this Quick Note. But it's not going to appear. Let's try refreshing. Let's try quitting Safari and going in again. It's going to return us to this page and there it is. If I click on it, it'll bring up notes with that Quick Note being shown. So now I can add something else, which is nice. There we go. So another note to that. And let's quit Notes here. And now you can see it kind of consistently appearing. So here's another example. Here's the Wikipedia Top 25 report. Say this is some other data that you're trying to track. It's always going to be at the same exact URL. So if we add a new Quick Note, then I can add some notes to this here. And theoretically, I will get one of these two Quick Notes depending upon which of these two pages I'm at. So again, it's kind of tricky to bring up, especially the first time. I'll refresh here. Nothing happens. I'll quit Safari and start it up again. And there, this time it appears. And now I can select it and it goes to this. Sometimes, kind of annoyingly, it appears like this. And that's great because you can actually see what's there and you can click on it to bring it up again. And then we can still see it there at the bottom right hand corner. If you wait long enough, it'll go away. So it kind of appears when you first go to the page. Let's go in our history here back to Google Trends. And then sure enough, there's this one for the Google Trends page. So now I've got these two Quick Notes, both associated with a different web page, and both will come up easily at the bottom right hand corner when I'm viewing that web page. In addition to that, in Quick Notes I could see these here and I could easily bring it up, double click there to go to that page. So I can kind of access it from both directions. So I could start in Notes and access the page, or I could start at the page and access the note. Now unfortunately this works per page, not per site. For instance, if you wanted to have notes associated with a website, it won't work. It doesn't come up here on this main page or any page that I go to on the site. It only appears if I actually go to that particular page, and then you'll see it appear. That's why I think it's probably not as useful as a research tool where you might be going to a site and digging down into articles to do research, and more as a notes for you tool on particular pages that you visit from time to time, like pages with statistics and information. Another way that you could start a quick note, by the way, is to select some text in the web page and then control click, two finger click on a trackpad or right click on a mouse and select add to quick note. But unfortunately that doesn't add to the quick note associated with this page. But you can select it, cut it or copy it, and then go to that quick note and paste it in there if you want. It seems like it should work better than that. Also, when this goes away here in the bottom right hand corner, like it's going to right now, it's really hard to get it back. You could refresh the page. I find one of the ways to get it back is to simply switch to a different app. Let me switch to the Finder here. I don't have any Finder windows open. And then switch back to Safari. And then it will return. So I'd like to see this work more consistently. Maybe in the future it'll work a little bit better, allowing you to add selected text to the note, allowing you to easily access the note with a keyboard shortcut and things like that. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know. I publish new tutorials each weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out.